we've seen only two teams compete for that beautiful hardware, Ohio State and Wisconsin. Both games ended in 1-0 scores in the national championship. One title each. Could it be a third act, or will another school, perhaps one you see here as we see the live watch parties across the nation as they all wait to see where they will be seated? It is tournament season here in women's college hockey. By the end of this program, that bracket will be fully filled out and revealed as we march towards the Frozen Four and the national championship. Hello, everybody, with Olympic gold medalist and Hockey Hall of Famer Angela Ruggiero and former Northeastern captain Paige Capistran. I'm Arda Ocal. Always an exciting time here in women's hockey. No shortage of storylines going into the tournament. What are you looking forward to the most?
I think just there's a lot of depth to this tournament. You've obviously got the front runner, Wisconsin, but tons of depth. College hockey gets better and better each year.
I love hockey, and there's nothing I love more than women's college hockey. And to think of the bracket this year and that it's a one and done, do or die. These teams, they are excited. Can't wait.
All right, we are here to reveal all 11 teams. And first, we'll show you the selection criteria. Exactly how are these teams selected and seeded? If you're curious, by the way, why there are 11 teams in the field, it's because 27% on the women's and men's side make the tournament. So on the men's side, that would be 16 teams of 60 programs. On the women's side, 11 of 41. So that explains the 11-team field as you see the criteria as to how these teams are selected and ordered in the brackets. Let's reveal number one. I think this may not be so much of a spoiler alert. Put your shocked faces on. It's Wisconsin.
Yeah, number one in the nation. The list goes on. Goals per game, the lowest goals against average per game. They've got the top power play at 36%, top penalty kill, not to mention 4 Patty Kazmaier finalists, leading Casey O'Brien, the number one point scorer in the nation with 83 points. They won not just the WCHA regular season, the playoffs. Coach Mark Johnson, Coach of the Year. I could go on and on and on. I mean, they've only lost once in the whole season, so it's they've been pure dominance.
That's Ohio State in November, Paige.
Only one loss. That is crazy. Wisconsin, they are the cream of the crop in the NCAA. And you mentioned it, there are 4 Patty Kazmaier winners. I'm going to focus on their co-captains, Casey O'Brien and Caroline Harvey. Caroline Harvey, the WCHA Defender of the Year for the second year in a row. She runs the blue line. And we also have to talk about Ava McNaughton. She's one of the top 3 finalists for the National Goalie of the Year. So from the goal line out, they are stacked.
Most championship in women's college hockey history with 5 players on Team USA as well. You mentioned Casey and Carolyn, hoping to have them later on in the show. Seed number 2 will be revealed right now. It's the team that defeated Wisconsin. Their only loss this season, Ohio State.
Ohio State, the Ohio State. They play in-your-face, relentless hockey. Coach Muzzerall, she runs a tight ship. She does a great job using the transfer portal for recruiting, and she reloaded from last year's stacked roster. I mean, Joy Dunn, she is the one that leads the Buckeyes. She was named top 10 Patty Kazmaier last year. She was National Rookie of the Year. She was just named to the U.S. national roster for the Worlds. And
yeah, they've got Jocelyn Amos in net, Jen Buglioni. They're, again, chock full of talent, and they know how to win in big games. Remember, they're the defending national champion, so they know how to show up. Great depth to this roster as well.
I like the sustained excitement during those watch party look-ins. Appreciate that. Let's keep that going. Ohio State also recently recognized that Stadium Series in Columbus with all of the reigning Ohio State champions. Very, very great to see. The 3 seed shall be revealed right now. It is, drum roll, Cornell, Big Red.
Wow, Cornell also, you talk about ECAC dominance, regular season, and obviously playoff champ, Ivy League champ. Coach Straw has done an incredible job with this team, led by forward Gabby Rudd, McKenna Van Gelder, Avi Adam, all leading points. They've got a lot of depth to their charts, but the goalie, Annalise Bergman, ECAC goalie of the year, she really is the show. 9 shutouts, tied for first, and had 55 4 saves versus Clarkson in their triple overtime win, so done so much.
Bergman, she is the backbone of this Cornell team. She's also a goalie for the top 3 in the nation for the Goalie of the Year award. And I talked to Coach Doug yesterday, and he was saying how it was a big question on how are they going to fill after the Patty Kazmaier, Izzy Daniel left. And they were going to rely on their depth, and that's what they did this year. They have people scoring all down the lineup, and that's what's going to take them to, the Frozen Four.
Talk about the Patty Kaz later on in the show. No championships for Cornell, but their 10th NCAA selection. The 4th seed revealed now. It's Minnesota, the Golden Gophers.
They know how to compete. We saw it this weekend. They had a huge upset against Ohio State in the WCHA semifinal, and they're led by their top line, Josephine Bouvin, Ella Huber, Abby Murphy. They drive the team. And Brad Fost, I asked him, what is your team identity? He said, we want to be hard to play against, and that's what they are.
Yeah, again, and you've got the leader in Abby Murphy, leads the nation in goals at 31. They've been here before. That home ice advantage, if they make it all the way to the final, Ritter Arena hosting again, they know what to do. And you got to expect a lot out of the Minnesota Golden Gophers year in and year out.
Absolutely. Most times selected for the NCAA tournament with 22, 15 Frozen Four appearances. Seed number 5, the Raiders, Colgate.
Colgate, here we go. 7th NCAA tournament, led by Kristina Kaltsakova. Again, she's been phenomenal. Patty Kaz, top 10. She's had 6 game-winning goals. Also leads in penalty minutes for the team. I like a good, tough forward. Alyssa Biederman, 50 points. Again, bringing it as a freshman. Emma Pay, Hannah Murphy in net, obviously showing up. So they have a lot of depth. Colgate in the ECAC has been really dominant. And again, first season under Coach Stefan DeCoste.
They're a team that they really play a full team game. They have talented players pulling in the same direction. And I want to highlight Hannah Murphy, the goalie. She wears the seed. So to think about what that means, having to be the leader of the team, but also stop the puck between the pipes, world-class leader.
7th NCAA selection, 3rd best power play in the nation as well. 33 power play goals, 29.1%. So that's your top 5. We have revealed the top 5 so far on the selection show. Not too many surprises, perhaps?
Not too many surprises. Wisconsin, I think everyone knew was going to go number 1. But again, Cornell is a team that I'm watching. They've just been so, again, dominant on the East Coast. They haven't met each other yet as well. And so it's interesting where, again, you have typically WCHA has dominated. This year I see, a couple ECAC teams in that top 5.
I mean, when you look at all the teams, anyone can beat anyone in playoffs. It doesn't matter, especially when you're not playing in a series and it is a one-game, one-and-done type of game. But the Ohio State, that their mentality, they are so mad that they didn't win the national championship last year. So I think that is the fire that they're going to use going into this tournament.
We're going to get some predictions for the tournament bracket later on in the show. But first, we have to fill in the rest of the bracket, and that's what we're going to do when we come back from break. 5 down, 6 to go here on the Women's Selection Show. 11 teams will march on to battle for the national championship. Welcome back, everybody. Paige, Angela, and Arda with you. These are your top 5 seeds. Paige, Wisconsin, Ohio State. They've been here before. They've been in the championship the last 2 years.
Yes, Ohio State, the defending. They lost 2 years ago, and that is what they're still mad about. But look at these 5 teams.
Dueling 1-0 scores as well. Extremely tight. So that's your top 5. We got 6 places left. Shout out to our watch parties. Thanks for waking up with us despite daylight savings time across the nation. So here's the bracket. Here's what we know. Here's what has been determined thus far as we continue to reveal. 5 down, 6 to go. Regional semifinal game number 1. Why don't we reveal it, shall we? Starting with Clarkson.
Clarkson, the Golden Knights, they are led by their co-captains again this year. On the blue line, Haley Wynn, Nicole Gosselin. And you look at Haley Wynn, she was named ECAC Defender of the Year and Player of the Year, first defenseman to get the Player Award. And those two, they're a deep pair, and they drive the team. They lead on and off the ice, and they have the experience from last year knowing what it takes to make it to the Frozen Four.
15th NCAA tournament selection for Clarkson, 9th in the NPI, 3 national championships, 24-11-2 record. Who will they play? Who will Clarkson meet in the regional semifinal? It will be Boston University. How about that?
I got a chance to watch Coach Watchorm and her team win Hockey East Championship yesterday in overtime. Star of the show was Sydney Healy with that game winner. She leads the team in points at 23. But point production from Christina Voigt, Lindsay Bachna, Clara Yu. I really love Tamara Giaquinto on defense. Man, she played a two-way game in net. Callie Shanahan standing on her head. So great team. They've done so much. They were predicted 6 in Hockey East. They made it all the way to the championship, winning that. So again, BU Terriers on their way to the NCAA tournament.
Paige, sorry to remind everybody, they defeated Northeastern.
They did. But I'll still say congratulations to my Hockey East team.
Next regional semifinal matchup, Minnesota Duluth will be the first team in that middle matchup.
Whoever plays Minnesota Duluth, to beat them, you have to beat the goaltender, Eve Gascon. She won the WCHA Goalie of the Year. She is also one of those top 3 finalists for National Goalie of the Year, and she is the backbone of this team. Offensively, they're led by Claire Van.
There we go. Let's go. Yes.
Wallet.
More of that. More of that. Come on now.
Caitlin Kramer, another one to watch. She was WCHA Rookie of the Year, so another solid roster.
No one saves like Gaston. No one stacks the pads like Gaston. Minnesota Duluth will be facing Reveal Sacred Heart.
Yeah, congratulations to the new hot champs. Again, this is their first selection ever to the tournament, so congrats to Tom O'Malley and his team. They've done a great job, led by Isabel Chaput, Kate Hedzegrab, Ella Holm, and in net, Carly Green. Man, she stood on her head, 2nd in the nation in goals against average, 1st in the nation in save percentage at a .995.
Yeah.
6 shutouts. What I love, actually, this stat, they were 0 for 27 on the power play in the last 7 games. The last 4 games in playoffs, turn that on, 53% power play. So they're coming in hot.
Love to see the hardware, too. NEWHA champions. The last regional semifinal starting with Penn State.
Penn State, they're coming off their 3rd consecutive AHA championship and 3rd NCAA selection. They're led by, everyone knows, Tessa Janicki, a top 10 Patty Kazmaier. She is a superstar player. She dominates in the face-off. She's tough as nails, and she wants to be the best player. She's a player that the opponents, they target her, but she knows how to fight through it.
Yeah, 4-1 win over Mercyhurst to win their 3rd straight AHA championship. They will be facing St. Lawrence.
Yeah, St. Lawrence in the ECAC, Coach Chris Wells. This is their 11th NCAA tournament, led by Abby Hustler with 37 points in all. ECHE's 2nd team, Anna Seghetti also contributing. Back in net, Emma Sophie Nordstrom, again, has done really well, 3rd ECAC team. So they lost the ECAC in the semifinals to Colgate, but they've got some great depth to St. Lawrence.
So St. Lawrence, their 11th NCAA tournament selection. There is the full bracket. All 11 teams and their seedings have been revealed.
I can't wait to watch that Clarkson BU game. I feel like the combination of them coming off of their different tournaments, like BU, they're coming off a high, and Clarkson, they're coming off with a semifinal loss, but a triple overtime loss. Those 2 teams, they both know how to play in overtime. That one's going to be a good one.